and the webinar should go for about 20 to 25 minutes. Today's topic, we are looking at calendars. So we're going to look at wall calendars, desk calendars, product features and specs for all our calendars, and then I'll show you how to make both the classic calendar and a smart calendar. All right, so we'll start with a quick slideshow to help you get a better understanding of our calendar products, and then we'll jump into the editor to demonstrate the creation process. Firstly, let's take a look at wall calendars. Wall calendars, they come in two different sizes. So you'll have the 11 by 8 inch size and the 12 by 12 inch. These sizes refer to each single page. And there are two different styles of calendars to choose from. You've got classic calendars, which have fixed months and grids, date grids, while smart calendars allow more customization to each of the date boxes. I'll go into more detail about this a little later on. Just like our photo books, you have the option of standard definition or high definition printing, where you can choose luxurious HD paper and quality if you wish. Wall calendars come with a conveniently placed hole for easy wall hanging. Just find a hook or nail to hang it on. Calendars also have a pen-friendly surface to write on, so you can mark any important dates if you wish. Okay, next let's have a look at desk calendars. So desk calendars also come in two sizes, 10 by 5 inch, which is only available in standard definition printing, and 11 by 5 inch, which is only available in high definition printing. Each desk calendar comes with a convenient cardboard stand, so it can sit upright on your desk or table, as you'll see here in the video. Just like wall calendars, desk calendars are also available in classic style with fixed date grids, or choose smart style for more control and customization. All desk calendars are spiral bound, so you can seamlessly flip over the pages. Photos are displayed alongside each of the months, as well as a full page of photos on the opposite side with HD printing only. With the SD ones, they are only one-sided. Okay, so now let's have a look at the product features and specifications for calendars. So firstly, wall calendars, as I said, come in two sizes, so 11 by 8 inch and 12 by 12 inch. Desk calendars come in two sizes. Yes, they are very similar. So the 11 by 5 inch is for HD printing and the 10 by 5 inch is for SD printing. So knowing what print definition you want will determine which desk calendar size you choose. Like our photo books, we offer standard definition printing or high definition. Standard definition uses 300 GSM Sovereign silk paper. The paper has a matte finish, matte quality, and it's quite smooth to the touch. At 300 GSM, it's like thick cardboard, making it very durable. It's also pen friendly to write on. For high definition, you have the same choices as our photo books. You can choose from luster or glossy paper, and choosing HD will guarantee the best possible print reproduction of your images. So it's a good choice if you want the highest quality printing. The styles, as I mentioned earlier, there are two styles of calendars that we offer, classic and smart. 12 months are included with classic calendars, and they start with January and finish in December. You can choose either a large grid for your dates or a compact grid, as you can see in the picture here. The large grid gives you more space for your dates, so it's a good choice if you intend to write down events and appointments throughout the year, whereas the compact grid is, as it suggests, a compacted date grid with more space for your photos. So this is a good choice if you want to include more of your images throughout the calendar but don't need to write in it during the year. The other style is the smart calendar. The key difference is that smart calendars allow a lot of customization to the individual date cells for each month, and I'll show you this and we get into the editor. Again, there are 12 months included with the smart calendars. However, you can choose which month you wish to start on. So, for example, you might want to create a financial year calendar, which starts in July and finishes in June, and you can do that. Once you've specified your months, you can individually edit each date cell to add text or images, and you can even import either Australian or state public holidays into the pages. It's a bit of extra work to customise your calendar, but it's worth the effort to make it more personal. All right, now that we know a bit more about our calendars, let's have a look at how to make them in the editor. So I'm going to go across to our AlbumWorks editor here, and we're going to start a new project. And we will look at calendars. So here are our calendar products. We just double click on this, and you'll see in the list, firstly, we have there are 6 different classic calendars, the desk ones and the wall calendars, both SD and HD. And then if you scroll down, the next 6 items are the smart calendars, again, desk and wall calendars, SD and HD. Let's start with I'll show you the classic calendars first. So for this one, we'll just, as an example, we use an HD desk calendar. So we'll choose that product and click Next. Then I will have, with the classic calendars, I've got the choice of the large grid or the compact grid. For this one, I'll choose the compact grid just to show you what that looks like. So it's asking me now to choose my photos. It's best to maybe put your photos in a folder before you get started. I have done that, so I'm just going to click on the plus sign to add, and then I'll click on computer, and then add folder containing pictures. And I've popped them on my desktop, so I'll go to my desktop. I've just called them Webinar 29 Photos, so click on that folder and click Select. And it's going to import, I've put about, I think, 71 photos in there. It only needed 70, but anyway. So now that I've got them in there, I click on Next, and it's going to ask me if I want to use the wizard that's available. If I skip the wizard, then all my photos will be in my picture list, but they won't be put onto the pages of the calendar. If I use the wizard, which I will do, okay, I've got a couple of extra photos it's not going to use, that's fine, we'll continue. So when you use the wizard, the program will put the photos into the pages for me. There is a preview here, but I won't worry about that. Let's just click Next, and we'll give the project a name, just call it Classic Calendar, and create. So it's going to bring up my calendar in a minute, and we will be able to look at it. Just bear with me one moment. It's taking a little while to open, but here it comes. Okay. So that's being very, actually maybe I've, not sure what's happened here. Oh, there it is, sorry. Okay, so my calendar has come up. And it's filled all the pages in for me, which you can see along the top of the screen. There's all the pages filled in, lovely. Now, it's not going to be 100% how I want it. For example, this cover page, the image that I've got on there is a bit chopped off at the bottom and top. So I might decide to use a different photo for my cover. All I have to do is swap the photos. So I can just say I decide I want this second photo. I can just drag it onto the page, and it's swapped it over for me. I can also double click on that photo and crop it. So I want a bit more of my reflection, which I now have here. I'll click OK, and that looks a lot better. Then if I go to the next page, I've got the same photo there again. So I don't want that there twice. I'm just going to swap it for the one that came off the cover. It's still cropped it not exactly how I want it, so I'm probably just going to have to make this photo bit of a different shape so that I don't lose the top and the bottom of the building. And you can do that. You can edit it. I'm just clicking on it to crop it again. You can edit it the same way as in photo books. So I've just changed the shape of the box and cropped it a little bit. But then we move on and you'll see my next page. I've got my January date grid and I've got a photo in there that's a small grid, so you just see the numbers quite small there. And it goes on. The next page will be the back of January and then on to February, etc. So you can edit those. You won't have the option to use any page styles for the classic calendars, but pretty much everything's done for you. You'll also notice towards the end there is a 2022 planner for the next year. You only get this in the high definition calendars, not the standard definition calendars. Okay, so that is classic calendars. Let's have a look now at smart calendars, which are a bit more interesting and more, as I said, you can do a lot more with them. So we'll close this one. We won't worry about saving it. And we will open up a smart calendar. So we'll start a new project and we'll choose calendars. This time, so probably the most popular is the 11 by 8 inch smart calendar. So let's have a look at that one. And we'll click next. And this time you don't have an option for the compact grid or the larger grid. It's just one grid. They're all large. It's asking me to add photos. So I will do that again and we'll add a folder containing photos. I'll add the same folder, even though there are more photos in there than what it's actually going to use. We'll click next and we'll use the wizard again. It makes it easy. I don't have to populate the books for me, the calendar for me. And okay, so whoops, I've gone too far. So now with the smart calendars, as I mentioned, it will ask you what date you want to start or what month. So I want to start it in January. And I must make sure I click 2021. So the program knows we're in October of 2020, so that's what date it's going to have to start with. You must remember to change it to 2021. You can also decide what day of the week you want to appear first in the grid. I'll leave it as Monday because that's the most common thing to do. And then we will click next. It also gives you the option to choose a background for each of your pages. If you don't want a background, you can just say, do not change background, and click next. And now it's creating my project. If I wanted to skip this wizard, I could click skip wizard down the bottom. All right, so it's put them all into the book and into the calendar, I'll click next and we'll just call it smart calendar and create. Once that opens, so what you'll see is that it has populated all the pages again, but this time I do have the option to change the page layouts if I wish to. You'll see down the bottom you've got your page styles here. So if I don't like that particular page style, I can swap it, put another one on the page, and it'll swap it over for me. I should have mentioned with the others, you also have masks, backgrounds, frames, and scrapbook items, the same as you do for photo books. So you can design the pages any way you want. It's completely up to you. If you want to decide you want to put 4 photos on this page, just drag the 4 photos up there and I can choose photos that I haven't used yet. I can just pop them onto my page. Easy as that. You can also add text. So I think this is my cover at the moment. So I might let's just go back to one photo and we might want to add a text box and you can it'll put it in the center, but you can just type 2021 calendar. And if you make that bigger, We'll just make a, oops, my thing's in the way, so I can't change the size. We'll just make it nice and big. And, you know, you can change the color and the style of the font, all those sorts of things like you can do with a normal book. Then these are the tops of the pages have photos on them, and the bottoms have your calendar grid. So now I want to show you how you can customize that grid. Now there's 3 buttons here. The first one's calendar settings. So if you change your mind, decide you want to start on a different month, you can do that. Or if you want to have a different day of the week as the first day, you can change that there. The next button along is your calendar events. So if you click on that, you can now add events to the calendar. So say, for example, I've got a birthday I want to add in. You just basically just click into it and type whoever's birthday, whatever you want to say, and then it adds it here. You can add a background, so there's a range of background colors you can add, or you can add a picture. So a nice thing to do is maybe add a picture of that particular person. It's going to take the pictures from your picture list. So if you've got to maybe put if you've got photos of people, put them all in one folder and then you can add them. I've got it here in my list, so I'll click OK. And there's Thanos. Now we might just, so you can actually edit the photo if I want to move him up the page or whatever you want to do there or down. And I want to edit the text color. I can click on text color here, change it to white. And I can also change the opacity of the background photo. So if it's a bit bright and can't read the text, I can make it a bit faded. Once I've done that, click OK. And he will appear on the page with his birthday there, hopefully. Oh, I can see him up the top. It's just being slow. There he is. And if you've got lots of calendar events to add, you can add them all at once. You don't have to keep jumping in and out. So just click on your calendar events. You can put another one here, there, or there you go. And you can add anything you want. So you can keep adding them throughout the whole year. Now, while we're still in this event section, there is a button at the top called Other Events. Click on that and you can add public holidays. So we click on the little plus sign and you've got all the states of Australia and territories. You can, if you want the Australian public holidays, you can add those. Or alternatively, you can add Victorian public holidays. It's best not to add Australia and Victoria because it'll pretty much double up on everything. So I'm just going to add the Victorian public holidays and click OK. And you'll see in a minute there'll be that all the public holidays appear at the bottom of the page. So you've got Australia Day in there. Just to note, in 2021, Christmas is on a Saturday and Boxing Day is on a Sunday. So if you look at December, you'll notice the Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then we've put the actual public holiday dates in there as well. So that's pretty much how to customize your calendar. Again, you've got a planner at the end for 2022 if you want to look at that. The last thing is this button here, which is your calendar style. You can do some quite complicated things with calendars. I would recommend not touching this because you can get it is very confusing and you can cause problems with the items that are already in there. So I would suggest ignoring that. If you do want to do anything complicated or more complicated than what I've shown you, please give us a call and we can talk you through it and tell you how to do it. All right, I think that's pretty much it for calendars. It's a fairly easy process to put them together. So it's all very good. If you have any questions, now's a really good time to send them through. While you're doing that, I'll just do a quick recap of what we've talked about. So just firstly choosing which calendar product that you want to make, whether it's a wall or a desk calendar, and whether you want high definition or standard definition. You can then also choose whether you want a classic or a classic calendar, which is your traditional style and is really easy and quick to put together, or you want a smart calendar where you can customize it more and add all your birthdays, etc. in there. You can create calendars online or using the desktop editor. I was going to quickly show you, just while we're here, how to do it online. This is our website, albumworks.com.au. Just click on the calendars button and then you can choose which calendar you want. So wall calendars, for example. And then you can just click create now and you will get the, in a minute, hopefully. No, it didn't work. You can choose which calendar you want, whether you want a smart calendar or a classic calendar and which grid type, and then you can just create it on using our online editor. So that all works as well. All right, let's have a quick look to see if we have any questions. We do have a question from Kim. She's wondering whether calendars can be delivered to a different address as a gift. Yes, they can. Just remember, each order, for any one order, you can only choose one delivery address, but you can nominate any address you want. It doesn't have to be your own. You can certainly send it to someone else. Someone else has asked, do classic calendars have a public holiday option? Thanks, Cheryl. No, unfortunately not. They don't. So classic calendars will not have any dates in any events in the date grid. If you want public holidays, you do need to choose the smart calendar option. Okay, looks like we don't have any other questions. I'll just give you my usual speech at the end, which is now. So if you need any help, don't forget you can call our customer service team. We're here Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Melbourne time, also Saturday mornings from 9 till 12 at least, usually a bit longer. Our phone number is 1300 553 448. You can also reach us by email, service@albumworks.com.au, or talk to us via live chat from our website.